solve all problems. Leads solve all problems. All right. That's it. Just, I just want to take a pause here to let that just sink in. Leads solve all problems. All right. The more leads that you have, the more opportunities you have, the more conversations and offers that you make, the more success that you're going to have.
Most wholesale businesses fail because they don't have enough leads. If you don't have enough leads, that means you aren't talking to enough people. And if you aren't talking to enough people, that means you aren't making offers, because the only way to make an offer is to talk to somebody, a good offer. And if you aren't making any offers, you aren't getting any contracts. If you don't have any contracts, you don't have any closings. So we see how it all goes back to leads.
And I say, you know what? Let me put these 15s down real quick, Reese. Let me put these 15s down. It's all right if I do 12 and a half. It's okay if I do the 12.5, because at least I'm doing my best. At least I showed up, because I could have just stayed upstairs and stayed in my bed. I could have just stayed watching TV. I could have just ate some cookies, but I'm going to show up for myself. I'm going to put the 15s down, pick the 12 and a halves up, and I'm going to psych myself into believing that that's my best, when really it's not my best. I could have done those 15s some more. I could have done it again. The truth is, I just didn't feel like it. And so many of you are operating your whole lives right now today, and your results look like what you felt like doing. Your results look like what you felt like getting. Your results look like the best that you have psyched yourself into believing was good enough, when what you should be doing is what's required.
Every day is just constant improvement, constant curiosity, constantly getting better. The results don't really matter. It's the figuring out that matters.
And listen, man, wealthy people do three things, man. They stop trading time for money. They make their money work for them. And they give as much value to people as they can. And we got a little deeper into that. He said, the reason why you give people so much value is because if you give them so much value, they'll never leave you. They'll always be there for you. And you will never need for anything as long as you give wealth and value to people.
When Damon Dash told DJ Envy, you gotta be your own boss. Yeah. And DJ Envy
this is
exactly what
this is that
he said,
moment.
This is the moment, because DJ Envy like, so what, I got a job? He said, could somebody fire you? He said, yeah. He said, see, nobody can fire me. Yeah. But Dame seemed like he crazy when he's saying it.
It makes sense
but
now.
It makes sense.
Dame, now you making sense.
He always made sense.
Now you making sense to them.
Right, exactly. But
we knew what he was talking about.
Why don't you listen?
I'm working for free.
Who could work? Would you ever enjoy being a slave?
It's not a slave. This is what I enjoy.
I don't think this is slavery, Dave.
Do you have to come to work today? Do you have a choice? Do you have to ask somebody when you have to? Yes, you do.
I don't.
Or you're fired. Can somebody tell you you're fired?
I don't.
Can somebody tell you you're fired? Yes or no? Can another man say you're fired?
Absolutely.
No one can tell me that. And that's priceless to me.
But I'm here because
I don't care. You enjoy having a man be able to tell you you're fired?
Max just got fired.
Yeah,
Help Max.
Yeah,
go get Steve Young.
Yeah.
Remember that the purchase agreement it lays out the relationship between you and the seller. Okay. The assignment agreement lays out the relationship between you and the buyer. All right. This is all that the title company or closing attorney is going to look at to understand what is this relationship. They don't care about emotions. They care about black and white, what is on the purchase agreement and the assignment agreement. All right. That's it. So just make sure that you have really, really good agreements. Really good, because that'll protect you.
Yes.
Guys, there's no reason you should ever go, oh, I ran into a little bit of a brick wall or a little bit of a hiccup, and let that be your answer that you ever type with your fingers. Don't ever tell me the barricade or the problem that you ran into. Tell me the creative measures you took to get over it. That's what I want to hear. When you say I made a couple of calls and I heard no, Brent, how many times do I have to call a seller and to get a deal? How many phone calls I have to make?
You have to talk to 200.
Look at data, not drama. Cannot stress this enough. All right. When I get wholesalers who talk to me and they got problems and all these things, I don't care about the drama. I don't care what your baby mama told me. All right. I don't care what is going on here. I don't care how tired you feel. I don't care that you have an accent. I don't care about the stupid stuff that doesn't make any money and keeps you broke. I care about the one thing, it's data. So I look at anyone's wholesaling business. How many offers you're making? How many contacts you're getting? I'm asking you data-specific questions. I don't go off of, how are you feeling? Are you feeling like you're accomplishing a lot? Are you feeling great about yourself? I don't ask stupid stuff like that. I ask about data because that's really where the money's at. It's true. And so when I get wholesalers that are just giving me drama, I don't care. It's the data. How many calls do you make? I love it when I ask someone how many, like, oh, I'm not rich. What's going on? I'm like, how many calls you make? They're like, I'm so tired. And then you just give me drama. I don't care.
You can tell by the context of the conversation. I did a lot of that's drama. That's not data. Wow, I've done like 100, like 50 to 100. Once again, that's drama. It's not data. Do you have a spreadsheet with actual numbers that we can do? Because the data it's truthful. If you put down the truthful information, if you get the truth, you can fix anything you want in life.
The more you can demand, but you become so invaluable because it's very hard to find people that are thinking. You know what I mean? Like you find somebody good at what they do because you're like, yo, write this email, and they write the email. Or edit this video, and they edit the video. Or go make sales, and they have their script, and they're gonna like bang out the script. And that's valuable because they're going to call the people, and they're gonna do their job. But when you have someone that's thinking innovatively, those are the people that you wanna partner with.
Yeah,
So
hire.
those are the people that you wanna hire, for sure.
What Jamil's saying is if you are running into problems, okay, so here's the thing. If you put me on the phone, you're going to have a hard time like finding anybody better on the phone than me. It's going to be really hard, okay? Because I build relationships. I am so good. I'm an empath. I read people incredibly well. I can tell you what your religion is, what your favorite football team is, and what you had for breakfast just by talking to you on the phone for 15 seconds, okay? That beats any stupid script you're ever going to have. It beats every stupid thing you could even imagine. So I look at it and I can talk to the agent. I can hear in their tone. I can hear what their personality. I can tell if they're at Sotheby's or freaking Keller Williams. And because of that, I can identify when that agent's going to have a hard time hearing the word, I'm a wholesaler. Or I can also tell when an agent like Monique Walker is like, yeah, I don't care what you do with the property. I care about giving a solution to my client. That's what I care about.
Yeah.
So it's two different conversations, right? When I know that I have agents that are cool with me and wholesaling it, I tell them, hey, I represent a list of buyers. I do buy some of them myself, but I also have a handful of homies that are buying as well. I'm telling them that I'm a wholesaler. I'm perfectly fine with that. The agents are perfectly fine with that as well. Why? Because they trust me and they know that I'm going to follow through. Okay. The reason why wholesalers have a bad name, okay, why wholesaler has a bad taste is because wholesalers that are out there just sending out LOIs and they have no actual buyer, they are the ones that gave us a bad name in the industry. They're not fulfilling on what they promised. Okay. Could you imagine if every wholesaler that sent out a contract, okay, think about that. Every wholesaler that ever sent out a contract to an agent, if it was fulfilled 100% of the time in the last 20 years, would wholesalers have a bad name or a phenomenally stellar name?
Even if 50% of them closed, the name would still be would be almost stellar.
It's so what you're saying is you're saying that we don't have a problem with wholesalers. We have a problem with the wholesale industry who doesn't follow through.
Exactly.
Performance. Okay,
Well,
great.
Also,
Okay.
agents think that we're acting as agents. It's like, they think that they're a doctor and they went to all this schooling and all this, code of ethics and everything to be a doctor. And then people are just performing surgery willy-nilly out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But most of us create businesses that we feel like are our babies. And the things that I consider to be important, I would always try to do myself. And then everything else I would delegate, but very small tasks. This year, I had to learn how to get out of my own way because I was the bottleneck in my business.
And the best thing you do if you ever want to lead your family out of a matrix type lifestyle is you have to lead. You can't talk about it. We can talk till we turn blue. The world's full of talkers. We need doers. And the best way to do it is actually take action and do it. So don't tell your kids what you want to do, what you accomplish. Go do it. And then if you want them to break from the matrix and they see you can do it, it's a much easier path for them.
It's not about consistency. It's not about volume. It's volume times consistency.
If you do something long enough, people will start to love it. Because one thing that people can't be is consistent. That is really difficult. It is envious to be consistent at something, to do the same thing over and over and over and over. I got the greatest compliment the other day. Somebody said, hey, you know what I love about you? They didn't say, yo, I love your style. Yo, I love the way you teach. I love your podcast. They said, yo, you have just been consistent.
It's offers, baby. That's the KPI. That's the KPI that no one ever talks about. But you make a ton of money in wholesaling when you make offers. So that is what we got to talk about today, right? If you haven't made any offers this week, you're going to make no money. No offers, no money. More offers, more money. And so calls are important, but contacts are more important than that. And really the most important part of it after contacts is offers. And I see a lot of people that they'll go to me like, Zach, I made 20,000 calls this week and I got no deals. What's up? Okay, well, I'm going out here and I'm like, okay, well, you made 20,000 calls. Let's see here. You got about 6,000 contacts. So that's not terrible. And then you got 4 offers out of 6,000 contacts. That's absolutely terrible. And so I know for a fact that you're getting a hold of the people the right way, right? That's not bad. But for some reason, these people aren't converting.